Welcome to the Freddie and Paul Show.
Hey, Paul, welcome to the Freddie and Paul Show.
We're back in the car.
We're doing lunch today, which is good. Food is good for the mind.
Yeah.
And what about those Niners? They are in mind, okay? And they're kind and genuine.
I was giving some grief to all the people in church who were wearing Niner paraphernalia.
Right.
And then one of my deacons asked me to pray for the Niners.
Right.
And then it was looking like the Niners were losing, and then they won.
Yeah,
and so then my deacon texted me, said, "Thanks for the prayer."
Oh, that's awesome, Paul. That's awesome. McCaffrey did good. Purdy, Samuel, name some others. Kittle.
Yeah, they did. The Niners are a good team.
You're doing a great, man.
So it's going to be a great Super Bowl.
It's going to be pretty outstanding. It's going to be close, I think. But the person, whoever wins, it's going to be like 3 points.
They're both excellent teams.
It's going to be 3 points. And, the Kings went to Atlanta. Toronto, they won. And
they beat the Hawks.
Dallas. Yeah, they won against Dallas. Oh, they beat the Warriors by 1 point. So they got 4 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Well, look out for the Kings. At first they were losing 2 before, but now they bounced back. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Good job, Fox.
Yeah.
Good job, Barnes.
Yeah.
Good job, Sabonis.
Yeah.
Good job, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, okay, Paul, so what I want to hear from you is what you got out of the sermon Sunday. I'm serious.
I'm worried about the feedback between the hive mind and Freddie's hive mind. What I got out of the sermon on Sunday, I'm preaching in the Gospel of Mark, and I'm just loving it. I'm just loving the Gospel of Mark, and I'm using the narrative lectionary, and it's really, the narrative lectionary. Well, so we start in Advent, and then you got to get through Epiphany, and then you got to get to Lent, and Lent is coming on soon. It's a good time to use the lectionary. I'm not using the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm using the narrative lectionary, and we're just going through the Gospel of Mark. I love my favorite parts of the Bible to preach from are the Gospels. I love the Gospels, and so I enjoy preaching from the Gospels. I enjoy doing that work, and so I enjoyed the sermon on Sunday.
Okay, and everybody that tunes into the Paul Show should tune into the Freddie and Paul Show because we're what's happening. And then the Fred Schuler channel, you can check that out too. And I'll put props out to the Charles Jennings channel.
Well, and the Dog Bark channel.
And the Dog Bark now. Everybody's coming up and they got their ideas.
Right.
And
that's right. All the channels
Paul,
that come out of the Freddie and Paul Show.
You know what we're going to have to do one day?
What, Fred?
We're going to have to go down to Old Sacramento and just chill, man.
In Old
Sacramento? Walk around at the Railroad Museum and walk around. Maybe go to Willie's.
Is that better than being here at Golden Corral?
Nah, I don't know, but you gotta have some variety,
Yeah, okay. Well, we used to often go to the Golden Corral up on Watt, and now we're down this one in Elk Grove.
Out there no more, so
yeah.
Anyways,
well, Freddie, I want to do some reflection on the Freddie and Paul Show because in a lot of ways, my whole YouTube channel began with the Freddie and Paul Show.
Thank you, sir.
So, I want to do some reflection on. We've been doing the Freddie and Paul Show for like 7+ years, almost 8 years.
Yeah, and it's been nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you think you've learned from the whole experience of doing the Freddie and Paul Show?
How to be decent in order, have patience, trustworthy, pure, loyal, industrious, and cheerful. The cadet code.
The cadet code.
Paul
now you got to explain to people. Most people don't know what the cadets are.
Well, the cadets were like Boy Scouts, and when I was coming up, it was like Boy Scouts, but it was Christian. It was called the Cadets. And every year we would make pine box derby cars, little cars that go down the runway, and they race. And we went to Ripon, and then when we were in Ripon, we went in the auditorium, and then they would have races, and whoever won, they would have ribbons. And you get ribbons like that. And then And then the Pine Docks Derby cars were like not mopeds, but racing cars with no motor. You just go down a hill, and then you would race on those too. And it was very abundant and uplifting and very cool. And Paul, I had to share something with you. My going to church is my therapy. You know, it really helps me out because I like it and I think it's cool, and that's all. So anyway, what was I gonna say?
Well, we're just reflecting on the Freddie and Paul show and what we've learned from the show, and how the show has blessed us. I think the show has blessed both of us, don't you?
Yeah. People see us, and not only that, we don't do it for the money. We do it for the fun.
If we did it for the money, we wouldn't do it, Fred, because we don't make any money.
Yeah, I know. What do you think of me going downtown, Paul? Not downtown, but old Sacramento. Put a hat out and perform. What do you think? I'm serious.
I don't know.
Mom's getting a kick out of this, right? Hey, Mom. Hi, Nancy. Say hi to Mom, Paul.
Hi, Nancy. Sorry I teased you yesterday, Nancy, in the title. I know some people were a little upset that I would dare to suggest that perhaps you stayed home from church because you wanted to watch football. We know that if you had been feeling well, you would have been at church. We know that.
Right.
We know that. We just got to set the record straight. Now, Fred, in terms of you going downtown, okay, so let's kind of think this through. Okay, you go down to Old Sac, you put out a hat, and what would you do on the corner hoping people would put money in?
Christian songs.
You do Christian songs?
Yeah.
I'm not going to encourage you to do it, Fred, but I have to say that if you did do it, it would be an interesting experiment. But I'm not encouraging you to do it because
Got it.
I don't know. I don't really know if it would be a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay. Well, Dave said he saw people do it down there.
Yeah, people do that.
Over at the Roadhouse.
Yeah, I know that people do that, and I it's hard.
They don't shoo them away. They say it's fine.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I'm just trying to get my mind around it, Fred.
They have something else there too. It's called the Welcome Studio, and you go in there. There's a mic, and somebody plays the piano, and then you can do it that way.
You know, I have a friend who started an organization called Notes for Notes. And it's a studio, and musicians like you can go into that studio free of charge and lay down tracks. But they don't have one of them in Sacramento.
Where's it at?
They got them all over the country, but I don't think they have one in Sacramento.
What about Bay Area?
I don't know if they have one in the Bay Area.
Maybe we could take a trip to the Bay Area, just me and you, and stay in a hotel, and then I'd go in the studio and lay down tracks once I had enough songs. That would be awesome.
Wow, that would be quite a Freddie and Paul show. That would be a whole Freddie, and that would be very much be a Freddie and Paul special. Remember when we did the Christmas special years ago?
Yeah.
At McDonald's?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite programs we did.
That was nice.
I actually edited that program.
You still got it?
Oh, it's still on the channel.
Oh, okay.
You gotta look way back before any of the Jordan Peterson videos to all those old. See, people are missing out because I think the real gold in the channel is way, way back to all the old Freddie and Paul shows. And the guy who suggested that I use Freddie and Paul show clips for the branding, I think that's a great idea.
What is his name?
Oh, I forget who said. I think it was Upcycle who suggested that. He's a guy who lives in Cyprus. You know where Cyprus is?
Yeah, like Cypress Hill.
Well, Cyprus is in the middle of the Mediterranean.
Oh, wow. They'd watch us too?
Oh, Freddie, people from all over the world watch us.
You're kidding me,
well,
right?
You know the Netherlands watches.
That's true.
Eve sent that hat.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
so you want me to do a rap to end it real quick?
That sounds like a good plan.
All right. What about the Niners and what about the Kings? I'm going to mention them.
Okay.
Oh, Murray was the other guy I was going to tell you about. For the Kings?
Oh yeah. I got a confession to make. I saw the Kings at Arco Arena or at Golden One. I've never been there before.
When?
Last week.
Can we go one day?
I don't know. Maybe someday.
Did you like it?
You know the thing is though, Fred.
Did you like it?
I actually rather watch on TV. We were way up. If you get like really good seats way down there that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, that would be cool. But we were up by the roof, and it's almost like watching it on TV.
Okay.
But how would you get in through the metal detector? They took away my little Swiss Army knife.
I make sure I wouldn't bring it in.
Have you done that before? Have you been able to get in there?
Yeah.
Did you go in there with Forrest?
Yes.
Because they won't let you take anything.
I know.
In there.
All I would do is bring my wallet, my phone, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's the way you'd have to do it.
I do it too. I make sure I keep everything in the car or at home. Yeah, I would do it. I would really do it. We could do that for my birthday, a late birthday present. I think we should do it, Paul. For all these years and everything, we'll reflect, and then when we're done, the game's over the next Sunday, we'll talk about the game and what we thought of it.
Well, you got plans for this show, don't you?
Yeah.
Plans for the show. All right, Fred.
All right, rap time.
Rap time.
Oh, here we go. 49ers. They don't drink that wine like Aunt Nina doesn't drink wine. She's so cool. She's so funky, and she's not a fool. Ready to go without a word to say. The Kings are doing good, really though okay. Atlanta, Dallas, and the Warriors. Rocking on the mic just like a warrior. Like Johnson Warriors from Sacramento. We got the Minto to come on up in Sacramento. Fox, Sabonis, Murray, and everybody else. Barnes does it right, and that's a fact. Rolling so funky fresh, just like that. Doing it good. The Kings, all of that. Now let's go to the 49ers. That's a fact. You got Kittle. You got McCarthy. You got Purdy. You got Samuel. You got Kittle. They came up rolling like they were playing the fiddle. They weren't playing right at first, but now they got a second berth and a second win to come right in, and they won the game. Gonna play the Chiefs on the mic like Christmas, like a reef. Coming strong, coming right. That's right, I'm tight. I'm out of sight. Funky fresh, good to go without a word to say. The times of rhymes, everybody knows me by the way I walk, by the way I talk. Pastor Paul does his thing, preaches the word. It's not absurd, and he got it going on just like that. Enough chitter chat, his preaching is fat. Good to go without a word to say. This is what we say in the 916, really though, okay. All you fans tune in to the Fred Schuler channel and the Freddie and Paul show, and you really go. Good to go without a word to say. Yo, 49ers, you came to play. Peace out. One love. All right.